Now, I want to talk about the Schumann resonance. It's my view that what's important about the Schumann resonance is the human experience of energy, our human experience. Is it interesting from the standpoint of a scientific perspective? And are there many scientific papers written about the Schumann, many studies done and done on, for example, are humans affected by the Schumann and on and on? Yes, there are. But on a day-to-day basis, many of you, and I did too, and I still do, and we all you do if you're on this, call, I guess. We check the Schumann, we check the solar flares because we're sensing something and it's not explained, right, by anything else, and we're looking for an explanation. And when you are sensing something or you are having body reactions that you can't explain that are non-medical, that appear to be energetic, right? Um Many of us look at what is going on in the energetic state of the world around us, of the air around us, of my own energy field, and is that being affected? And that's where things like the Schumann come in and the sun and the geomagnetics of the earth. So in my first live stream, which is in my live stream playlist or my list of lives, I explain about my view of the relationship between the sun, the earth, and the human energy field, and how these things affect us on a personal level and why. Because if we look at the map of human consciousness, right, that I feel is the Schumann, right? There's 7.7 billion of us generating an electromagnetic field, each one of us, the heart being the strongest field. And it's amazing to me when I personally perceive something on the chart, and then I will have confirmation of it in real life or confirmation of it on the astrology, or something will happen in the news or whatever, okay? Because what happens is there's a flow. It's like there's a flow of life, and humans live by stories. And so one of the things that I like to do is to interpret the images on the chart from an intuitive perspective. And I love it when you guys chip in your comments about what you see, and I do read all the comments. Are we all one? Yes, but we're sort of all one in this incredible spectrum of energies. Schumann, if we use the Schumann as the example of that, well, we've got 0 to 40 hertz, okay? Are there Schumann resonances higher than that? But we're just gonna stick with 0 to 40 because that is what I was on the charts that I use is Schumann Space Observing System charts based in Tomsk, okay? Links are at the top of the comments. And if you're and in my view, those various 4 represent different aspects of our experience of human life. And I have I think a 1-minute video where I talk about what I feel the frequency ranges represent. It's in my playlist, Schumann 1-minute videos. Um, Within the resonances, each resonance has frequencies, amplitudes, qualities, okay? And those are data measures that tell us something about each resonance at a particular moment in time. And I feel that there is significantly more data than that. And I feel that it's possible that there are measures, deeper measures of the resonances that are essentially private or elite science. And I feel that there are aspects of the resonances that we probably don't have the technology to measure yet. I'm very excited to see what happens as, we go into 2025 and beyond. Pluto moves into Aquarius and new amazing technologies come out, and will probably some of the technologies that will come out will be detailed reviews, detailed understandings of frequencies beyond the levels that we are already currently looking at. I think that it's very fascinating to most people, to everyday people, okay, to just you and me walking around in the world. I think it's fascinating to know that there is a visual representation and a numeric representation that could represent what we are perceiving that we have this big question mark over in life, right? I'm perceiving something, and it's fascinating that there might be a graph or a chart or some numbers that are put together that might explain what I am experiencing. I think that this is something that, it's usually unstated, but it's something that is a reason why we are drawn to this. I think that we're fascinated that something that seems just beyond our reach could be experienced through a common way of human understanding. I can look at a piece of paper in a book or a computer screen and go, "Oh my gosh, that chart might tell me what this is about." That chart right now, I feel a certain way, and that chart has this huge wave of energy, and I know that's what I'm feeling. I'm perceiving this expansion. I see it there in the chart. I'm struggling with something. The chart is all red right now, right? In the subconscious, or there's a huge red wave, and I just went through this crazy thing. Um And the fact that something that is just beyond our reach could be that seems just beyond our reach, or just at the edge of our understanding, that it could be described in some way and explained in some way, I think we find it really exciting. I think we find it exciting. And, for me, it just gives me this amazing feeling about the future, because if we're doing this now, imagine in, 2 years, what are we gonna be doing, saying, seeing, perceiving, experiencing? Where's the technology gonna be? Hey, does space observing system add 2 more charts besides frequency, amplitude, quality? Maybe there's 2 more things suddenly, that they share with us that wink, that, that comprise the resonances. It was just discovered. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now, you guys. I'm calling it now in the next 2 years that we experience that. Something else, I think that people get really bored by the numbers. I've really noticed this, that some of us do like to geek out on the numbers, okay? Let's admit that. Some of us do like that. I like that, but some of us, I feel it. You guys just you're like, you know? And a lot of you, have written to me when I've sort of brought these questions up in the past, and what you say is, "Well, I'm just listening." I'm not really actually looking at the chart, I'm really just listening. And, so I just wanna acknowledge that as a truth. I see it when I've talked to live audiences. If I get too much into the numbers with live audiences, they're like, like they start zoning out. Like, why is that? Because numbers are fourth and third dimensional. They are not fifth dimensional. And when I'm speaking live, it's usually the 5D plus that people want, right? That's usually what they want. Now, in shorter videos, will I still put the charts in? Yes. Okay. Because why? It's fun. The reason that I teach meditation with the Schumann is when you are doing that meditation, even if you can't feel it yet, what you are doing is you are asking for your body and energy system to create a quantum experience. And by that I mean an expanded dimensional state in your human energy field. Now, when we talk about the Schumann resonance, I am interpreting from the standpoint that I am looking at the full quantum state of all the energy. I don't know if I've figured out a good way to explain this yet, but it's the easiest with the waves of white resonance, especially when there's not so much red, but even lately. And the expanded state and the compressed states, when they get to extremes, that's where they're most noticeable. So